Hey friends, it's Charles here. Harambe and good evening. It is around 6 p.m. right now where I'm at. And my day is just starting. I've been up for hours, but my pain kept me in bed for most of the day. I could barely walk, couldn't stand. I was damn near in tears. And so I had to wait until I could comfortably get up because I don't have a support system here in my home with me. But that's not the point of this video. The point is that if my day starts at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., it starts the same. It starts with me getting to my living room and hitting my dumbbells. I think that a big problem that we have adjusting, especially me becoming disabled late in life, is trying to keep up the appearance of normalcy. But we take for granted that, my diagnosis, the doctors, and this is a direct quote, the doctor who worked on my knee the last time, he said, the technology needed to fix what's wrong with you does not exist. And you're going to be permanently in pain and struggle with mobility, ever decreasing for the rest of your life. That's my diagnosis. And that's not normal. And that's okay. What wasn't okay was me trying to fit my abnormal life and circumstance into a normal schedule and into a normal life. I drove myself crazy. I drove myself to a deep depression that led to the darkest of places. Let's just say that I know the depths of depression, and I was close to not making it until I decided to adjust my life to my disability. And a lot of times when I, communicate disability, especially online, as I will type it, a small DIS dash capital ability. Because when we adjust our life and our circumstances to our disabilities and focus on our abilities, then we can develop a new normal. And we can get into routines that are realistic and productive. Um, a reality of my diagnosis and prognosis is that I can't do cardio traditionally. I have a bike peddler that I can use from a chair. I can do my upper body work on it, but I am limited in that aspect. I also won't be able to ever look like Mr. Olympia. I was overweight when I got injured, and then after injury, depression, boredom, and overeating made me huge. I'm talking about like super fat. And fortunately, I've gotten my weight down to a better place. Not healthy per se, but better. And I have been on a 6-day-a-week routine for over 3 years now. Most people can't commit to that. I can commit to that for most of my adult life, even when I was completely able-bodied. It's a hard thing to get into, but it became a lot easier when I quit trying to fit, the mold. When I quit trying to work like everybody else. I adjusted how I did things, what I did, and why I did them. A lot of people, they feel like if you're not training for a sport or a specific thing, then you're wasting your time. And so that discourages them. But I'm not lifting weights for a beach body. I'm not trying to compete in a sport. I want two things: to keep my diabetes in check, which my A1C is now at the levels of a non-diabetic, and to have big arms. It's coming in. And that's perfectly okay. Some people may call that, aiming lower than I should, but I don't care. They're not in my body. They're not suffering with me when I'm in pain and I can't get up, when I struggle to do the smallest things. So what these folks think about how I live my life and how I do things It ain't none of my concern. You know, these cats, they ain't paying my bills. They aren't keeping me mentally healthy. So I owe them nothing but respect and kindness. And that's it. And with that in mind, I've been able to, like I said, even at 46 years old, I'm getting stronger. And, you know, even if we take the physical accomplishments out of it, the hardest thing for me personally was not having a purpose after I got hurt. Not having a reason to get out of bed. And this right here, it gives me something to do on the daily. And even on my worst day, even if I can't walk, I can roll out of bed right over there, crawl to this room, sit down in this spot on the floor, and still lift my weights. And still talk my shit into this camera. And still contribute. And so that's what I do. I always say that all work is good work. And what I mean by that, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're working at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., work is work and you will get results. And your results don't have to be the same as everybody else. That's it for today. I ain't got much more to say, but I just want, if you're disabled and you're watching this, you are doing enough. You have decided to get up every day despite running every bit race from behind, and you don't owe nobody shit. And what the dumbbells and the comic books, that's my thing. Those are the things that get me going. And it's not going to be the same for you. And so this isn't a video about getting into lifting weights, because not everybody's going to do that, and everybody gives a shit about that. But find that thing that you give a shit about and do it unapologetically. And that'll make the load a lot lighter. Anyway, you guys be easy. I'll see you next time.